Hello, I'm Erlinda Patterson. Welcome to Essence Table Talk, your television program. We want to thank you for letting us come into your homes to share some wonderful, valuable information. So grab a pencil. You might want to write something down. And we have a spectacular guest here at Essence Table Talk. I have a lady who was a teacher, but she teaches still every day and doesn't realize she's teaching. She's an author. She's written more than 50 books. Books you and I need to read, and books we need to read to our children. And she's going to share some of that today. Mary D. Welch. Welcome, Mary.
Oh, thank you.
So good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I'm so glad to have you here.
I'm glad to be here. I am.
Oh, you look so beautiful too.
Oh, thank you. We've talked about this for a while.
Yes,
We
yes,
have.
we have.
Mhm.
We certainly have. I am thrilled to death to have you here, girl. I am so happy to have you here.
Well, I tell you, you have inspired me in so many different ways.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I just want you to know I've been, in the background following you and seeing the things you've been doing and very impressed. So
Oh, girl, please. There's so much to do.
yes.
I've been retired like 13 years,
Okay.
and
okay.
I feel like I'm still getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
I'm still putting in the hours because, it's fun stuff that I
It
love
is.
to do.
Mhm.
Okay. So welcome to our show, Essence Table Talk. And the people at home right now want to know about you.
Okay.
I want to hear a little bit about you, so talk to me, girl.
Oh, well, as you mentioned, I'm a retired teacher. When I retired, I had no idea that I could write. So that came literally by accident. But I'm a grandmother, I'm a wife, I'm all those things. A mother of 5, grandmother of 5. Really, I'm a person in the community. So writing has come to me. I always say that it's a gift. And from that, I've written, as you know, children's books and really books on things that have affected my life. And so I do that too. But I also have a book. I don't know if you know the familiar. This one is Save Your Home from Probate. I have one about that. That's a new one.
No. How do you do that? Save your home from probate.
That is in California, and it's 33 states and the District of Columbia.
Okay.
You can fill out a form, attach it to your deed, and then your home will automatically go to whoever you're leaving it to. You avoid probate.
Oh, wow.
And that is, a lot of people don't know about it. It only costs to do this about $125.
Wow.
Now, if anybody's ever been through probate, you understand that's pennies. So, but the person that has to be, whoever the homeowner is, they have to do that, obviously, before. As if they were, it's known as the poor man's trust.
Good.
But it's still just as valid.
Oh, yeah.
You can do it as long as it's best if you're the only person on the property. And then you're going to leave it to whoever you decide to leave the property to.
So all that information, all that help that people need is in that book.
It is.
And what again is the name?
It's called Save Your Home from Probate.
Okay, and how do they get this book?
It's on Amazon. If you put my name in, Mary D. Welch, and the book is right there on Amazon.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
I hope, like I told everybody at home, remember I told you get a pencil because you're going to hear some things that might help your home life.
Yes.
Okay, I know I recently heard about a book that you wrote, and I have it.
All right.
I ordered it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I love it because, it's so hard to say no.
It is.
It is so hard. And I read the book,
Okay.
and I want an autograph.
Oh, I'll be glad. I'll be happy.
Do you ever have the problem to say no?
Even though I wrote the book, yes, I do have. But I've learned, this is what I've learned. The more you learn to use it, and as you know, in the book it says no is a weapon. So even when you use it, you can't say no to everything. And I'm going to use myself as an example. Just yesterday I had 2 girlfriends call and ask me to go to lunch, just at the last minute. And I was looking around, looking at all this work, and I said yes. I didn't say no. And the reason I didn't, because I realized you can't say no to every time someone's asking. Otherwise, they're going to stop asking. So you have to have a balance. You have to learn when to say yes and when to say no. But don't feel like you have to say yes every time.
Okay.
But I was so glad I went out with my girlfriends.
Oh,
I had a
good.
wonderful lunch. I
Yeah.
really
So
did.
this book caught my eye when I went. I went to
Okay.
Amazon too,
Oh, good. Okay.
and that's how I found it. And I
Uh-huh.
said, you know what? I love this book. I have a couple of
Oh.
sisters in church that need to read it
Uh,
too.
because women struggle with it more than men,
Mhm.
and that's because we don't want
The mother
it's that,
instinct.
and we want people to like us,
Oh, okay.
and we don't want them to think anything negative about us. So we
Uh-huh.
say yes
Uh-huh.
till our plate is running over,
Mhm.
and then we don't have time for ourselves. And that was me,
Uh-huh.
and that's what made me write the book.
Ah, okay. Well, thank you for signing my book.
Yes, I'd be happy
Thank you.
to.
I'm thrilled to death over this book. I really loved it.
Oh.
And I'm going to pick up that book on probate too.
Okay.
You know, I really am. But, you know, I understand you also wrote a child's book.
Oh yes.
Do you have it with you?
I have I bought one,
Let
and
me
that is
see.
this one. This is
Ah.
This is the one that's on Amazon now, and it's Bradley Can't Find His Pants.
Bradley can't find his pants. What
Right.
is it about?
This is about a little boy who can't find his pants. His mother helps him find the pants, and come to find out the dog has taken them outside in the backyard. And so at the end, he does find his pants. He gives his dogs a treat, and now he goes and plays with his friends.
Oh.
But the book is named after one of our sons. Our son's named Bradley.
Uh-huh.
So that's really there's another book called Peyton, the pink whale with the yellow tail.
Uh-huh.
Peyton is another son's name, and the other one,
Oh.
Justin. So the books were named after them intentionally.
Oh, how wonderful. I know your grandbabies love them.
Oh, they do. They do. It is so. I think to see not only this one, but now we have a son. One of our sons, he's written a children's book also.
Oh,
And so,
great.
yeah.
Well, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, does it?
I think what has happened, our family, we have so many family members now that have published. Because my husband and I started a publishing company called Front Page Publishing.
Okay.
And the reason for that is that people would come to me and say, well, how did you do that? So I learned, and then from that, now I teach people how to write and publish their own books.
I'll be calling you on that. I've been writing a book for about 10 years.
Dr. Henry, Dr. Mildred Henry?
Yes, yes.
She was writing her book for 15 years. She came to us, and our publishing company worked with the editors and everything, and we had her book published and on Amazon in 6 months.
Whoa, whoa.
6 months, but after 15 years of writing, and when she brought it to us, it was all kind of all over the place. But it's really interesting when you're working in that. You can see things other people can't see.
Yes.
We instantly knew the chapters. We knew where the pictures. It was just like we could see the book before it was actually put together. But this is what I will say about publishing. Our youngest author is 9, and the oldest author is 90. Well, she just turned 91.
Wow.
So now that is the age where I always say if you're between 9 and 90, you qualify. So, so you can write a book.
Okay, I qualify.
Okay, see?
So you taught school
I
for
did.
30 years.
I did.
Wow, that's a long time.
It went so quick.
It does,
you're
doesn't
right.
it does go by fast.
It does.
Yeah, a little too fast.
I know. But I didn't even realize it when I called to retire. And she said, well, you've been here 30 years. I think I dropped the phone. I literally couldn't believe it. I said, what? And I didn't even know. And she said, yeah, Mary, you've been here 30 years. I said, it's time.
Yes.
It's time to make a change.
Yes.
Yes.
I worked at Kaiser Permanente in Fontana for 30 years.
Ah.
And then 10 years at County Hospital when it was over on Gilbert, the
Okay.
old county hospital. And when
you go.
I checked, thank you,
You're
thank
welcome.
you. Say, oh, I'm going to love this book. I'll keep it forever.
Oh.
Okay. So 30 years, and I checked and I said, wow, it's time for me to retire. But you don't retire.
No, you don't.
You just go into a different type of job.
It's true. They told us when I went to our retirement meeting, this is what was told to me. They said the average teacher, when they retire, receives 36 retirement checks. So that's 3 years. And I remember sitting in that meeting saying, that is not going to be me.
Thank you.
But they also said, if you go home and you sit there with that remote control, you're going to die. You have to find another reason to get up every day and to be a part of this world.
Right.
Don't just become, a piece of furniture.
Well, you know, if you look into religion, religion tells you that you need to be active and you need to be, the Holy Spirit makes you move and do things.
Yes.
So you want to help others. You want to abide
Yes.
in His Word and provide others help.
That's true.
Teach them,
That's true.
you know,
That's
help
true.
them live a little better life than what they're living.
You're right.
And
You're
that's
right.
the arena I went into. I went into the homeless situation,
Oh, okay.
you know.
Okay.
And I just started working with SWAG here in Rialto. And I'm excited about that because they are connecting us with a few people out in the streets, out in the wash, you know, that live in wannabe tents so that we can help them, you know. So that's another job that pays more than a check.
Yes. You're helping society. You're helping society.
That's right.
And I know that bill, I believe it just passed, the homeless bill that just, and I would think some of that should come to the community.
Thank you.
In
Yes.
some type of
There's
way.
millions of dollars that have been allocated to the work of shelter, home, you know, rehabilitation, that kind of thing.
Right. Oh, that's
So
good.
it's awesome. So, you know, our program works for 3 different areas: Rialto, Fontana, parts of Redlands, San Bernardino, Quinton. So we go to these different areas, and when we see a spot, you know, we scout it before we go.
Right.
And we write down where it is. And then we go out on a mission with several cars, go together. And it's a lot of fun, you know, that we pray for some of them and we feed them and give them these nice backpacks so that they don't have a plastic bag.
Right.
Or one of those chintzy 99-cent store bags. You know, no offense to, I
Right,
love my
right.
99-cent stores.
Right.
But when you're out in the street,
Right.
you know, living down in
Day
the,
to day.
oh God, you need something strong
That's true.
to put your stuff in, you know.
Yeah, my mom was a minister, and we would feed the homeless in San Diego. And it really is touching when you, like you said, you pray for people, but we don't know, and you don't know how that has probably kept someone from starving to death.
Thank you.
You really don't.
If you help one person,
Yes.
one person, if you save one person, if one person picks up the brochure that was in the backpack,
Correct.
if that phone number there is to AA or NA or, you know, shelters,
Right.
you know, rehabilitation, if we save one individual,
Yes.
it's his whole family,
Yes.
his whole future, the community. Make him, you know, teach them how to be independent,
Right. Right.
self-sufficient to each, you know, to
It
themselves.
makes a difference, and
Oh,
as you know,
yes.
you're on the email list, so you see the emails. Just to, and the list has grown exponentially. And I think
yes.
what has happened is people realize this is just another way to communicate.
Thank you.
And how to stay in touch with the community of things going on. I've had people, because the list goes all over the country.
Yes.
I've had people from New York call and say, we're not doing the things you guys are doing in the Inland Empire. And I said, you are. And they're like, but we don't see it. I said, because no one is doing this. In other words, you don't have someone sending them out, you know, that kind of thing. But I really think it's something that every community should have.
Absolutely. You know, I was thinking recently about, we're having an election soon. There's so much out there, so many concerns that little people like myself have.
I don't know about a little person, but okay, go.
Well, I told the crew to take 10 pounds off. You know, when we started.
I get it.
So, you know, little people like myself. Anyway, what I'm saying is, you know, people have concerns.
Yes.
We hear past presidents speaking some ugly things,
Right.
you know, that we saw in different countries as a dictatorship.
Right.
You know, we see women are losing, like Roe versus Wade.
Correct.
Are we losing rights? We're talking about having birth control clinics closed.
Right.
I mean, I shouldn't be forced to have, when I was young,
Right.
5 or 6 kids if I only wanted 2.
Right.
And I had 3.
Right.
But, you know, why would you want me or force me to have these many children if I don't want that?
Right.
If I can't feed all those children, you know, they become like wards of the system.
Yeah.
you know. And then I became a single mom, and I had the 3 children. I did a good job raising my children. I have beautiful adult children.
Mm-hmm.
But what if I'd had 5 or 6 or 7 kids?
Right.
How was I going to maintain?
That's true.
So
That's
what's
true.
going on with the election issue?
Oh my
What are people
goodness.
concerned about?
They're concerned that that with everything going on with the courts and we say it still hasn't all been figured out, but if all of these people are going to prison that were there on January 6th, but the person, and they've said this openly, they haven't hit nothing is quiet, you could say, and they're saying the person that told them to come there and do that, they're not being held accountable.
No.
Why should they be held accountable? That is what people are saying. Why should you hold me accountable?
And this person that we speak of subliminally here,
Yes.
they were fined all this money, millions of dollars,
Yes.
and these people are paying his bond.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're unhappy with the fact that he didn't pay a price for what happened on that day,
Right.
and they are,
Yeah.
why are they still
I don't know.
funding
I don't know.
all that money?
I couldn't answer that. I don't have the answer to that.
So,
because they
but
are.
the new generation today, what are we doing? I'm talking about our younger people
Right.
now who are going to be voting. That's the power, the
Right.
vote. Get out and vote.
Yeah, I actually, like, as I mentioned earlier, I had a conversation. When I had 2 friends call, and it was the same exact topic, and I even expressed that to them. What are you doing? What are you doing? If you feel so strongly about this, talking to me about it does not change anything. But are you registering family and friends to vote? Are you making sure they get to the polls to vote? Are you, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you're not feeling good about, what are you doing about that?
Right.
And I tried to express that to them, and they were very much quiet, not really.
Yeah.
They
Do
really
I really want to hear this? Because I don't want to go out there and knock on doors and ask them to vote.
They don't. And I actually did that.
Yeah,
I
did a lot of that.
registered. I registered people to vote. I've done it, door knocking.
I did all that too.
And you know what it was? It was so interesting to talk to people. It wasn't. I think people are afraid of what people will say. The worst. I'll tell you the truth. The worst thing that happened was I was at the door, and the man he shut the door in my face. And that's what I said. If that's the worst thing you can do,
Yeah.
I thought all I kept thinking was, that's the worst thing you can do. There's nothing else you can do. You can't physically hurt me or anything. I thought that's progress. There would have been a time you could, especially just because I'm African American, he could have tried to do harm to me. He didn't do that because he knows there's a consequence.
Right.
So for that, I remember I literally walked away from the door happy. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling
That's
bad.
all he could do. That's all he could do. But I appreciate the fact that we're talking about diversity here.
Yes.
And people of all color have to be concerned.
Yes.
Not just because you're a Republican or a Democrat. It's people of all color
I
need to be
agree.
concerned.
I agree.
Republicans need to be concerned.
Yes.
Democrats need to be concerned.
Yes, I agree.
We need to start getting our young people, our young generation, we need to get them involved so that they are the future.
Yeah, they really are.
They are going to, maybe one day, if we don't make some positive changes here, eradicate Social Security.
Yes.
There is a committee in Washington
Yes.
that is trying to eradicate Social
Oh, yeah.
Security. There
Oh, yeah.
is. CARA is a program that works for seniors.
Okay.
And CARA, I belong to this group, and I was shocked that all the money that I paid for in those 60 years that I worked
Right.
is what I'm getting back now.
Right.
So why are you taking it away? Why do you want to take it away?
I don't know.
It's something, I don't want to say I deserve, it's something I work for.
Right. That's true.
It's not about deserving, it's about what I work for.
Correct. So I don't even know why someone would want to disable. So I have no desire. I don't know what's their rationale for that.
Yeah.
I have no
Well,
idea.
it's more money, I don't want to say to the pocket, but for other programs that they desire, that the nonprofits that they possibly entertain, that somehow finds a way to get into people's pockets.
Could be.
It could be.
Definitely be.
But
Yeah.
that's just my thought.
Right, right.
You
I
know,
understand.
it's not written on stone, you know. But you know, one of the concerns that I have had is, you know, teachers today are not getting paid properly,
Have never been.
and
Never been.
and they buy a lot of their own equipment, a
Yes.
lot of their own
Yes.
paperwork that they need for the classes,
That's right.
and they're not getting paid correctly. They're not getting paid the way they should
That's
for the
right.
work that they do. They are teaching our future.
That's right.
They are creating our future. So
That's
why
right.
aren't we, the people,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, when you ask that person, what are you doing?
And you know, when they were quiet, I thought, I agree with you. I don't think they appreciated that.
No, no.
They wanted me to just
Yeah,
give
buy
in
into.
but I wasn't.
Yeah.
Because this is not the time for that.
No. Oh, no.
It's not the time.
No.
But like you said, I'm going back to the question about teachers. I think, and it's so interesting, every single aspect of our society comes through teachers. Everybody. I don't care. You can be a plumber, you can be a doctor, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And why we don't exalt teachers, I really don't have the answer to that. I don't have the answer, but we don't as a society.
You know, and when they retire, the little retirement check is not enough for them to live on.
No, it's not.
They have spent more money,
That's right.
you know, buying things for the children.
That's right.
I have seen teachers in the past where, you know, they walk in with a cart
Yeah.
of stuff that they bought,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
for the kids because the school doesn't supply that.
Exactly.
Now, today, you know, the college kids or even kids in high school, some of them have to buy books.
Yeah, some do, but I would hope that at this point they don't. Depends on the school district. But but if the district has the money, they should be providing the books to the kids. Now, believe it or not, in some states you have to buy the books and then turn them back in and get your money back. I know. I found that. I was shocked. I said California's not like that,
Yeah.
but in some states they have to do that. You have to pay for the books up front.
I have 3 grandchildren in nursing school right now. They have one more year
Okay.
to go, and then they'll be registered nurses.
Wow.
But some of those books are $450,
Yes.
$500, $700.
That's right.
And then when they are done with this book, which is on the computer,
Right.
it's not even a physical book.
I know.
It's not even a physical book.
I know.
It's on the computer.
Yes.
And when they sell this book, when they're done with it, they don't get what they paid
No.
for.
No, they never do.
You know, my grandchildren, young adult grandchildren, are paying a big price.
Yes.
You know, and then people ask, well, why do nurses make so much money? Well, they put out a lot of money to become a
You
nurse.
do. You do.
It is.
And then,
It's very expensive.
What I like about nursing, though, and I have a cousin that's a nurse, and I've often told her, I said, I think I went into the wrong profession. She goes, no, you didn't. But she's been a traveling nurse. She went in the military. So she's really, I mean, now she's a supervisor for nurses. So her profession is done, she's done very well with it. But it's so funny when I tell her, I said, but I don't think the sight of blood is what kept me out. And she goes, are you kidding? You don't even see that much blood. I said, well,
It
I always
depends on
thought
what
that.
the area you work at.
That's what she was telling me. So I just said, I always thought you did, so I never really went into
Yeah, I
nursing.
saw a lot of blood when I was in the hospitals. Yeah. Now, New York, I understand, is the one that pays the highest of all
Oh, do they? I didn't know
to the
that.
teachers.
Oh, okay.
They
okay.
love their teachers,
Wow, wow, wow,
you
wow.
know, and, but let's go back to New York. The rents,
I was just going to say, just to live in New York is like,
I mean, it's ridiculous.
it is. But I love New York, though. I still, even with all that, we visit, we have a daughter at NYU.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm sorry, granddaughter. I'm saying
Granddaughter.
it's my granddaughter. And so this summer we went and spent some time with her. So New York is one of my favorite cities on the planet. So,
Well, you know, I really always pray for our teachers because I know the low pay, the money they spend for the kids,
yes.
you know, and a lot of burnout.
You do. You really do. Because if you're giving, you're always giving, constantly giving. You do get back too. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, you get tired. It's like anything else.
Yeah.
You can get tired.
Sure.
Mhm.
Now, I recently read an article where Senator Steve Padilla proposed a Senate bill 995, which is a bill that is going to try to create high quality teacher recruitment retention
Wow.
act. So if it passes, you know, instead of taking 5 years, it'll
Hmm.
take 4 years to get the credentials. So that would be a
Wow.
blessing for many that are still trying to become teachers, you
That's
know.
true. So I
Yep.
went to Cal State San Bernardino for
Hmm.
my teaching credential.
Hmm.
And now, from my understanding, it takes almost 2 years after your bachelor's
Yes, yes.
to become a teacher. At
Hmm.
the time I went, it was 1 year. I think it was a year program, but no
Hmm.
longer. Now it's a 2-year program. But
Hmm.
every time they add that time, that's tuition.
Yes,
See, that's
yes.
what people don't realize. That's where your money is in your tuition.
And my understanding also is that there is a lot of expense in the test.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, a lot of
Uh-huh.
expenses for our
Hmm.
teachers.
It is. Everything costs.
Yeah,
Everything costs.
yeah,
There's no
yeah,
way around it.
yeah.
So.
So, you know, there's so much to discuss. You know, we've been talking for the last few minutes, and there's just so much to discuss. You and I have to do this again.
We do. I would love to. I
You
would
know,
love to.
today, generally, we have Kimberly Anthony, my co host,
Hmm.
and Anitra, and they're not here. You know, they
Okay.
had other things they had to take care of.
Right.
So we hope that in the future that you'll meet them.
Okay.
We'll invite you back.
Please do.
We
Please
have to
do.
continue talking about these things that concern our people.
Yes, I agree. And
Yeah.
thank you for having me.
Oh, we are thrilled to death to have you. You are an amazing author, an amazing individual who is doing the work that needs to be done.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I
Thank
will be
you.
calling you about that book
Okay,
that I'm
please.
talking
I would
about.
love to work with you on that. Love to work with you on that.
Yeah. So, you know, with that, I say thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And, you know, people at home, we love having you here with us. You have been great. I told you to grab a pencil when you come to Essence Table Talk. We have so much fun stuff for you to learn about
Yeah.
and to share. So until next time, I'm Erlinda Patterson, and I'm with Essence Table Talk, your television program. Take care.